If you scroll through social media, you will see an endless, overwhelming amount of videos that will do really nothing but keep you at the edge of your seat and keep you scrolling and scrolling and scrolling for hours on end. But what they don't do very well is, as a consumer, get you to part ways with the most important thing that every small business needs, and that is your hard-earned cash. And that is because 99% of videos that are posted onto the internet are designed for attention and not conversion. Creating videos for attention is likely one of the biggest reasons why you're putting a lot of time, energy, effort, love, and potentially your own money into creating these videos that just aren't moving the needle for your business. In this video, I help to overcome that for you. Just to add a bit of credibility here before I properly dive into it, about a year ago, I launched an online video community called the Content Club. Now, I was going through Stripe today just to check the revenue numbers, because it's a business and it's got to make money and those sorts of things. And to my surprise, on October 2024, which is when we launched, to today, which is January 2026, this video might be out a little bit later, we did £82,000 in the first year. And as a small business owner with no staff, I'm pretty proud of that. You know, I do all the marketing, I do all the video content myself, I do all the creation, I run the business, I operate the community, I do the events, I do everything from the janitor to the CEO. I'm the man, right? Now, for some of you, that's going to be child's play, and you're going to go, well, that's pittance, Jack. For others, you're going to go, whoa, that's an insane amount of money for a new business with no staff, and you're 1 year in. How the hell have you done that? The reason I've just shared that screenshot is because I want to show, not tell, right? There's a lot of fakery online. There's lots of people saying, oh, I've just hit $100,000 in a year. No, you haven't, mate. Okay, I want to show you that I have done the things that I'm trying to teach you, right? In the last business I ran, we hit 100 grand a month. That's in pounds, so I'm not sure what that is in dollars, $170,000 a month or something. So in this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit, and I'm going to uncover the systems and the things that I've done that have allowed me to build a brand new business in its first year that's done over $100,000 of revenue in 12 months. I'm also going to share some examples on the way and actionable, simple steps that you can implement for yourself by the end of this video. Starting with the first point, which is mindset. What you'll find is a lot of big creators who have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers and subscribers will say pretty much what I've just said. I've made $100,000 in a year. I've just hit my first 100 grand month, or my business now does $200,000 a month. In the UK, I'm not sure what it's like in America, but you can literally see company accounts, and you can see P&L, like profit and loss statements of businesses. And because I've got the tism when it comes to business, I have gone through these annual statements and gone, well, what you've just said has no correlation to what you've actually done. There's a total mismatch here. Now, this is the transparency part, right? Because I've been creating videos on the internet since about 2018. So I've almost been doing this for 10 years now. You cannot undervalue the level of trust, the reputation, the legacy, and the authority that I have built in the build up to that last decade. Chances are, unless you're a fucking wizard and loads of people know who you are and you've got a decade of credibility built up, you're not gonna be hitting six figures in your first year of business. I've seen it happen a few times. A few friends have started businesses where they've hit 10 grand a month within the first 12 months. Mate, happy days, congrats if that's the case. But I will say it's on the rare side of things. The realistic expectation is you're losing 20 grand, 30 grand in your first year. You may be just covering your costs. You may be just paying yourself a pittance of a salary. That's what it was like in my first business, right? My first business was a 30 grand loss in the first year. I think we maybe hit 80 grand in the second year. We only got to six figures of revenue, probably in year 3, I would say. So it's more than likely that if you are in your first year of business, you're gonna be losing money, mate, all right? That's just the situation. What I will say though is that a lot of the audience that I have built over the last 10 years for my new business, the Content Club, is kind of irrelevant, right? They were marketers of big agencies. They were big brand names. I now work with very small people, one-man band, a couple of people within the business. They maybe do under $500,000 of revenue a year, but I've designed it intentionally that way. I've gone for quality, not quantity. So before we dive into the nitty-gritty details of really helping you to create videos that get results for your business, you've got to do something called minding your own business. Often you'll find that you compare to other people and you start to generally do what they do. They build a new offer, so you build something similar, or they create a video, so you do something similar. I just want you to remove all the noise, delete them from social media. If you find you're comparing, delete them from social media because it's just not healthy, and just start focusing on focusing and staying in your lane. So let's get into the stuff that you're actually here for, which is how to create videos that actually get you customers. okay? So my second point here is to go broad first and then niche. When you're starting out with video, people don't know who you are. And you're probably gonna have a lot of people that are not purchasing your products or your services. And these are great people to have because these are people called B players, okay? You need A players and you need B players. B players are people who will never purchase your product or service, but will likely know people who will, so they can connect you with the A players. It's important to go broad when you're first starting because you need to build this social credibility up. You need to build this social circle where people implicitly trust what you do, but you also need to create content that is attracting the A players. And this tends to be content that is much more niche in how it's created. It'll be much more specific. It will be arguably more boring and nitty-gritty than the attention-grabbing stuff that might get the B players. But you need this stuff so that when the B players recommend you or bring A players to your ecosystem, you can talk directly to the A players as well. For example, this video that I created a couple of months ago about Alex Hormozi is an exact example of a broad appeal piece of content. This did Alex Hormozi, one of the best entrepreneurs on the internet, recently broke the Guinness World Record for the most amount of non-fiction books sold in a space of 24 hours. If they went through that video, chances are they're gonna know Alex, they're interested in what he does. And I challenged people's perspective in that video to say that his success was actually not luck, and it was very well designed because he's a great camera personality. I then said, if you want to learn how to be a great camera personality, click this video and watch that here. If you have this gut feeling that when you start to film a video, you feel unnatural and icky and a little bit uncomfortable, chances are it's because you're using one of these. This is a teleprompter, and here's why you shouldn't be using it. I got people in with broad appeal, which targets the B players, and then the A players will essentially pre-qualify themselves to take that natural next step if they want to find out more. So make sure that at least on a monthly basis, you have a bit of a mixture of both. You have both broad appeal and specific appeal that essentially acts as a funnel from the top to the bottom, broad to niche. My third point here is to solve on social but sell in private. A big problem that I see with people who create videos is that they sell in their videos in public. What I mean by that is they'll create a video that talks about their products or service literally organically on social media. If you just create content that says, click here and buy my stuff, or I'm launching this new thing, DM me to find out more, it won't work. Unfortunately, algorithms don't work like that. And algorithms, I kind of want you to change your mindset around them a little bit, right? It's not science, you're essentially relating to people. Algorithms are designed to cater to people, right? And if people are watching your content, the algorithm will push it to more people like this person. If people aren't liking your content, the algorithm will go, well, this hasn't worked, people don't like it, we're not gonna push it. So you're dealing with people at the end of the day, and you need to relate to them, and you need to create stuff that they actually want to watch. Now, I'm pretty much stealing this from James Smith because I can't think of a better way to figure it out. And James, if you're watching this video, which I don't think you are, I love your stuff. Your social content should squeeze people into a sales environment. For example, you will create content that attracts people that are interested in what you do. You'll squeeze them through an offer, a lead magnet, an irresistible offer that's free that they just can't not download themselves in exchange for their data. And when you've got that data, you can start to sell to them in private through a newsletter, through an email list where you can start sharing your offers or your discounts or your products or your services, because these people are almost ready to purchase. They're interested, they've opted into being sold to essentially in exchange for something for free, and now you can sell to them. Point number 4, which is a really interesting one here, is to tell the same story. People know me, or I'd like to think that they do, as the video guy. I'm the guy that people come to when they've got a question about making videos, or if their videos aren't working, they come to me for a bit of support. Now, I've built that relationship and reputation through staying in my lane for the last 10 years. A great example of this is Gary Vaynerchuk. You'll likely know him as like the document don't create guy. And the reason that you know that is because he said the same thing probably for the last 8 years, I don't know. It is literally to the point that you are like a parrot and you're just saying the same thing, saying the same thing, saying the same thing. But every time you say the same thing, it's done very differently. For example, this is a YouTube video that is 15, 20 minutes long where I'm talking to you and helping you to learn how to make better videos. I could create a short form piece of content on TikTok that could do the same thing. I could write a newsletter article that will help you to do the same thing. What you find is that as you say the same thing over and over and over again, it starts to sink into people's minds. And when the thing that they hear aligns with where they are in their life, in the problems that they have or the dreams that they want to aspire to achieve, it suddenly clicks. For example, if you watch my videos across LinkedIn and YouTube and TikTok and listen to my podcasts that I had years and years and years ago, and the chances are that if you keep beating the drum and you keep saying the same message, when they need what product or service you offer, they're gonna come to you. And the great thing is it's just beating at the back of their back shelf of their brain saying, if you want to create better videos, go to Jack. You know, it's one of those things. And at the same time, you need to find creative ways to deliver the same message in a different style so that it doesn't feel stagnant or it doesn't fatigue or it doesn't hit a roadblock or a ceiling. And that every time someone consumes a piece of content from you, it does feel fresh and new. And my final point here is to get the data. I'm an absolute data nerd. I've got the tism for it. All of this is useless if you're not getting data. And when I say data, I mean things like social metrics, engagement rates, click-through rates, watch time, retention, click-through, that sort of stuff. Even down to things like data around people's email addresses so you can bring them from social to squeeze to sell. Again, what we mentioned a second ago. I see huge creators, especially on LinkedIn, where they're like, oh, I've just released this new course that's going to teach you how to get your first viral video. Why do I want a viral video? I'm trying to build a business. I don't need 1 million impressions. I need one person that pays me 10 grand a month, you know? Why do I need 1 million impressions when I could just have 5 people that pay me 2 grand a month and I'm on 120 grand a year? I don't need that many people watching my stuff. I just need 10 of the right people. And the only way that you can really win when it comes to video is by having the data that black and white tells you what does and what doesn't work when it comes to the videos that you create. Now, most social platforms tell you this data. YouTube, in terms of platforms, is incredible for this stuff. It will tell you the click-through rate, it will tell you the retention, it will allow you to A/B split test titles and thumbnails so the packaging of a video can give you new patterns and insights into what content does and doesn't work. Instagram, TikTok, these platforms are so good at giving you, as the video creator, the data that you need to make better informed decisions. Either track social data, click-through rate, retention, watch time, that sort of stuff. Or what I would argue is more powerful, again, is down to email data. Getting people's first names, last names, email addresses is literally gold right now, okay? And you can do that through building offers, lead magnets, newsletters, wait lists, these things that people want to opt in exchange for their information so that you can sell to them. It's just diamond information. And I really want to reinforce this, right? I have a very small email list. I see creators with 60,000 people, 100,000 people sign up to their newsletters. I've got 530. In the last 12 months, I've converted 174 of these people. So it's, what's that, 34%? I've gone all in on not mass views, likes, comments, and shares, but helping a very specific person overcome a very specific, and in some cases, very painful problem. If you're spending a lot of time creating videos that aren't working for your business, and you bill that time as a service provider in an hourly rate, you're wasting a lot of money or a lot of opportunity cost in making the wrong stuff. So if you can learn how to make videos that do well, you're making better informed decisions, you're saving time, you're saving money, and you're generating results from the videos that you create because you know they're going to work. What I haven't done in this video is go through specifically the types of templates that you can use or the technical things that you can change in your video quality to make them go viral. And I haven't taught you how to edit your videos in a structured way that take people on this journey from understanding their problem to agitating it to giving them the solution, because all this is what I cover within my video community. It wouldn't make sense for me just to go around in circles and say what I've pretty much already said there. So again, if you want to check this stuff out for yourself and you really want to dive in deep into learning this stuff and being able to confidently create videos that do get you results for your business in terms of leads, customers, cash in the bank, baby, that's what it's all about, then you might want to check it out. That's all I'm going to say. It's the last time I'm going to mention it. The link will be in the first line of the description. And hopefully by the end of this video, I have convinced you that you don't need more views. You just need more of the right people watching, and you need to structure your videos in a way that gets their information. That is how you will smash it when it comes to creating videos that get customers for your business. I'm Jack. I've been making videos for the last decade, and the goal with my YouTube channel is to help you create videos that get better results for your business for free. And one way that you can do that right now, go and click this video right here. It will help you to create better videos on more of the technical side in terms of like the nitty gritty, arty farty stuff. So go and check it out if you want to physically make a good video, and I'll see you in the next video.